And I do believe we are live, bringing us into all the casters. As you can see, we have a star-studded cast for the night for this great game of Quinnipiac versus Mount St. Mary's. But let's not talk about them first. Let's talk about us. Who are we? As you can see, we are the big, the big hazard on the left. The event Chazard himself, followed by me,
Bastard.
Ranger, and then Life, and then Corked. But since event, you are taking up most of my screen right now. Introduce yourself real quick.
Hello, I am Event. I am the Chad of Hazard Mains.
Indeed.
I am Niagara's tank player, and I am happy to be here.
All right, Life. You? How about you? Who are you?
I'm Life. I got ice cream. It's delicious. I'm seeing a support player. I'm here to cheer on up Mount. Let's go, Mount.
Yeah, Mount.
And then there's me, Ranger, who is going to be cheering on Quinnipiac for this game, not because those two have chosen Mount, but just because, well, we'll get into it shortly once we introduce our final co-cast, Corked.
Hello, I am Corked. I am Rider's tank player, and I'm cheering for Quinnipiac today.
And can you tell us exactly why you are going to be cheering for Quinnipiac, Corked?
I'm a big fan of some of their players, Bob Ross, Just a Tad. Milky Way plays a interesting tank, so generally I want to see how that team's going to do today, and I'm looking forward to see how they perform.
Now, I'm looking at some of these players that are in here. Not all players are in the lobby right now, but you did leave out Mr. Mango Shark. And the last time I saw that player was randomly in a comp game against you specifically, and he kind of dunked on you. Why didn't you mention him there? Is that because he
He stole my elo.
He stole your elo? Life, I think you were a part of that game too, weren't you?
Was I?
Maybe.
I don't remember. Wait, no, I was.
You were. You both you got your elo stolen from Mango Shark. So Cork does not mention Mango Shark, and Life is on completely the opposite team. Me, for the other hand, for the other point of Quinnipiac, I want to see them win because I've been interested in their growth for the past couple of years. Quinnipiac has always been to me one of those teams that has always been so close to greatness, but never able to break it to like even second place until last year, and then maybe even try to get first place this year. So I just want to, and they're so close. So I want to see them succeed on that front. Mount St. Mary's came into this league immediately guns blazing, and I think they won their first year when they first joined the league. So we don't need to see that again. That's how I feel about it. Oh, big disagree. Go on. Explain.
I big disagree.
Go on. Explain.
Not on top. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all.
Event. Now give us your reasoning, Event. Maybe we can get a quality reason.
All right, here's the deal. We played against Quinnipiac once, and we almost won. We lost 3-2. But I think Mount wins for 2 words: internet diff. Okay. When we played Quinny, they had a lot of people disconnecting and lagging, like 1,000+ ping. I think if that happens again today, Mount's got this. Internet differential.
Okay, so you're just being a realist based on the internet, but is that really is that the outcome you want to see? Do you want to see Quinny put up a good fight and have Mount St. Mary's smack them down or something, or are you just expecting the internet to cut out?
I would love for Quinny to win. I want them to win because we all pick Quinny. So if Quinny wins, then that means we have a chance against Mount.
By the transitive property, Niagara can beat Mount.
That's math. The math says so. Yeah. I trust the numbers. But I think my money's on Mount, but I wouldn't mind Quinny winning for a moral victory.
Interesting. So we do. I feel like we have a 2.5 choice on Quinny versus a 1.5 on Mount St. Mary's. So we're just gonna be looking forward to see who wins because it's no longer even. Interesting. Life gonna be the angry cat. Your cat looks eerily angry looking at me when you're not talking.
My cat's adorable.
Rage.
She's so adorable. I saw her yesterday. I love her. She's so fluffy. This entire stream should be about my cat alone.
Your cat and your ice cream.
Absolutely.
Sadly, it is going to be mostly about Quinnipiac versus Mount St. Mary's. Any information you guys? I want to ask Cork because he talks to a lot of players. Any information you have about any of these players across these two teams? Corked? Oh, I thought he was dead for a second.
I mean, anything you're looking for in particular? I do know a good amount about what characters they play. Generally, I'm not sure what they're going to be looking to play on Oasis here, like team comp wise. I know Zerial's a fan of the Czar, the JQ. Maybe we'll see some Doom. You never know. Milky Way ran some ball occasionally.
Occasionally.
Um, Occasionally we might see the Milky Way ball.
Turn to form the Milky Way ball that started terrorizing the MAAC last year. And or Ryder earlier this year. We don't talk about that.
Yeah, but I'm predicting we might see some Orisa here on Oasis, if I were to guess.
Is that mainly due to the Zerial Queen that likes to be played?
Indeed,
I
indeed.
was gonna say he has no comment as a Queen player himself. He doesn't want to give any information away. We are just waiting on one more player to join the lobby, as Cork did say, and nobody else can see. I don't know who hears in the stream, but the first map is going to be chosen to be Oasis. Actually, like one of the first few times I've seen this map played throughout this entire regular season. Now, I don't stream every single game, so I don't know how often, say, Quinnipiac chooses it, but Oasis is just not one of those maps you see often. So I'm kind of interested just to see play in general. So I really don't know what's meta on this game, on this map in general. I know like each individual map is like catered to like either brawl or sometimes dive centric, but that's mainly because of the high grounds. But we'll see with these teams. Event, how do you feel about this map in particular?
I like Oasis as a map. I don't like playing on it. I'm a big Ilios fan myself, but I'm interested to see it. I mean, Queen versus Orisa is a fun matchup to watch because Orisa just throws a spear at Queen every 5 seconds, and the Queen doesn't have fun. And SMU's going up against a very good Queen player. Might be in this call tomorrow. I like watching Queens not have fun, but I don't know. I like Oasis. I'm interested to see what comps. I don't really play Oasis much, so I'm interested to what comps. Same with Corked. What comps come out here? I don't know. I haven't played either of these teams in a while. I kind of forgot what they do, so I'm excited to just kind of watch and learn here on Oasis.
Quinnipiac typically being that team that runs in with the ball, I believe, last time I saw, and just runs you down. Meanwhile, Mount St. Mary's playing it a little differently. It's still a rush composition typically with the Junker Queen, but Zerial does like to flex around his tank pool. He does have that Zerial in his pocket. Did I say Zerial? He does have that Zarya in his pocket. And I know he could play a couple other tanks. I've seen the monkey come out, but I feel like that's out of map specific or desperation. So nothing crazy as we do lose. Do we lose another player? Oh, there he goes.
Whoopsie daisy.
And the internet is already taking hold of Quinnipiac before we even get into game events.
This is what I'm saying.
Events prediction is already coming true.
Mount's gonna win on the internet diff. It's already happening in the lobby. I'm telling you.
Just get better internet. I don't know, man.
Oh no. What am I seeing?
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I don't think that's too big of a deal, but unless the internet is absolutely dog water, GSR for the side of Quinnipiac, and it's almost done, thank God, is updating his game. We aren't using perks. He doesn't need to update. How is he supposed to play the game? That's not how that works.
That's not how that works.
That's not how
I don't want perks.
I mean, fair. This game is for this past Wednesday, which perks are not allowed, and we haven't received word yet on whether or not perks are going to be allowed for this upcoming week. They did say 1 week, and then they'll play it by ear and then make a decision. So for your guys' game that you mentioned earlier, I would like you two to figure out if you're allowed perks. I mean, if you both agree, I guess it'll be run tomorrow, but it hasn't even been a week since you're pulling the game forward. But you both are either allowed or not, depending on their decision. It is before that week, or it is technically after that week. So we got to figure that out.
I'm assuming not.
I
We're kind
know.
of planning around that, so.
I'm looking at the bird above me right now, and I know he really wants these perks. He really wants them in the game already.
I do. Perks are very fun right now. I think they mix up the game a lot. They mix up the meta. A meta fully hasn't formed around perks yet. A lot of the strong characters are still strong, but maybe we'll see people come up with some interesting things to do with them, you know? Looking forward to it.
Cork already has some ideas in mind. There might not be a meta, but he's scheming already. I know it. But as we said, we will play it by ear. Potential that we will have perks tomorrow. If not, well, we'll just go one more week without them, and then we'll definitely be able to play for like what, the last 3 or 4 games of the semester.
Cork wants to use that nasty 100% lifesteal on Junker Queen.
You know,
It's so
he
disgusting.
typically
It
uses
is.
that ultimate to try to stay alive so he can survive even more. I mean, why not?
It's the knife, right? The big cross the body knife.
The axe has it. It's 100% life
axe.
steal, so that's nice. 105 heal burst. You know, axe 2 people, that's 210. I think I've out healed Briggs with that perk. Like, Queen just gets so much healing late in the game.
Any other interesting perks? As somebody who has not been playing the game himself, I do not know the perks off the top of my head.
Trying to think what other ones. Juno headshotting is pretty funny.
Why do I feel like
Hoping
her damage fall off is just not good for that though? Is that a hot take? Is that just my opinion being bad?
I don't know. She can 4-clip like a roadhog or like 5-clip a roadhog now, which is pretty funny. It's not good, but it's funny. That's for sure.
It's not good, but it's funny. On a double nade or on a nade bouncing, that one seems funny to me.
True. Annas are pretty crazy. With the double nano, especially, I've lost several games to that as a backline diver on hazard. Not fun to play against, but very strong, especially the double nade for twice as much anti or healing.
Oh,
Oh my god.
the wild GSR has returned, but who did we lose before? Who was the other person?
Bob
Bob
Ross.
Ross.
He was just going to grab GSR's hand and walk him over to the game. Walk him over to Oasis. Maybe
Guide him on over here.
if he accepts. Full team alert.
Oh my goodness.
I think
We've
this
made
is
it.
I do think this is the longest we've had without actually starting the game when we got into the lobby, but
We are 16 minutes in.
I mean, yeah, but oh yeah, QU is gonna R up immediately. We're just gonna now wait on Mount St. Mary's to ready up, but I'll hit them with the Prod R to know that we are ready to go. Once again, the map is gonna be Oasis once they actually boot it up. Do we have any subs on standby for any of these teams? We have one for the side of Mount St. Mary's, so I wonder if that player's ever gonna come into play later. Don't know what he plays. Don't know what position they cover for.
Is it
Who do we
support?
have?
I think it might be a DPS.
Oop.
Is it Moses?
No.
No, that is their coach, captain, somebody.
I love that guy.
But yes, as we finally get into the map, where first map is gonna be... I don't remember the name of this one exactly.
Oasis City Center.
City Center. Thank you.
I think.
No, you're correct. Because there's University and Gardens as the other two. It's just this one. I
Yes,
cannot
like the Hanging
remember.
Gardens of Babylon. Sorry, random history reference. Anyway.
Anyway, life prediction. Anybody get hit by a car this time?
You know what? I have a feeling someone on mountain's gonna get hit by a car, but I'm gonna say Mango Shark.
Mango Shark the Kiriko. Actually, if anything, I'm looking at these team compositions. I'm gonna have to say somebody on the side of Mount St. Mary's is gonna be the one into the car with the monkey, with the Winston knocking him off of the map. That's what seems to make sense. But Serial gonna be leading on that. Malga is not in our predictions for this characters, but this is actually gonna be good going into that monkey.
What do we got? We got some dive versus Malga.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
I am gonna hide chat. Oop, that did not work. There we go. A little finicky here, but yeah. Let me know if somebody confirms perks are on, but they should not be on. As Bob Ross immediately going to be diving up here to get that kill onto I love BTG. I'm just going to say, I don't know. How should we shorthand this person's name?
No.
Ooh, Zerial is going to fall immediately. He's not going to get the healing he needs to survive. And Bob Ross.
Oh.
Challenging a Torb turret and is not going to be winning that fight.
That's a crazy one to lose. Although Genji does get back pretty fast at the end of the world.
Genji does get back pretty fast, but so does the side of Mount St. Mary's. However, everybody dies, so they're all going to regroup. But it does look like they're going to be taking this forward position without their Ana just yet.
The hog switch is, oh my goodness,
Immediate.
not
too.
one you see often.
Just going to be sieging this point, not pushing out into anything, not finding any hooks. Quinnipiac playing their positioning pretty well. Torbjorn get brought really low. Sammy nearly falling for it, but he is going to stay alive with the help of his cover and his team to keep him alive. You know, these hooks from Zerial really looking, really fishing for the hooks, cannot find anything. Bob Ross going down to try to get some damage, but that deflect is going to keep him safe. That railgun is ready to go from... I still don't know how to shorthand this person's name. I do believe perks are on, unless that's just like the visual indicator at the bottom right now. GSR is going to be popping the ultimate and is going to be coming out. But he's immediately going to get hooked and taken out of the fight. That ultimate goes to waste, and currently Just a Tad tries to go in to help his team, but he is also going to fall. As soon as the ultimates come out from the side of Quinnipiac, everybody falls to try to do something, but they fall into the trap that is Mount St. Mary's on the point. And right now, they're in control.
I think perks are on.
I think this is the
Currently.
pause.
Which
Yeah.
Which is the problem.
Which is weird. Like, I see that they have the XP for it, but, like, are they able to just not choose? Like, for this map, are they able to not choose them?
Just don't pick them.
Just don't pick them. But the question is, has anybody picked them by now?
Yeah, especially with certain heroes, their minor perks can be quite, like Ana getting double nade with Nanish probably already has that one perk unlocked. Could be a little problematic.
I'm going to transition us back as these teams try to work this out right now.
Liv, how's the ice cream?
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, it's
I
gone.
finished it before the before all the players got here. I really enjoyed it. It was delicious.
And-
Sadly, it was my last one, so I have to go back out to the market to go pick up more.
Between maps, you can get more ice cream.
More. I do have a different type of ice cream downstairs as well.
So these teams are electing to
Are we
play...
playing with perks?
They're
map
they're electing to play out this entire map with perks on, but I think for the future maps they are gonna turn them off. Radar.
That is interesting.
It's at least it's a good like sportsman type thing. So at least now we can come back. Now that the pause is happening. Perks are enabled for this map, but only this one alone. Kind of strange. It's gonna be strange for the rest of the series, but since it's on for one team, it's on for both. Seems fair to me. Little
Cook.
that was Big Hook to catch up. Like DSR, I was gonna say Nips, but Nips is the one that actually secured the kill. Hooks are online and ready to go for Zerial now that he's in control. Enemy team needs to walk into him as opposed to him looking for the hooks. He's still looking, making sure there is no push coming out. But right now, Milky Way has his ultimate going to be going around the outside, not popping it just yet.
There's going to be a lot of ultimates on both sides here.
But Zerial is actually finding himself in a bad position. That hook, not that hook, that trap kind of slows Milky Way down and body blocks him. Right now, the side of Mount St. Mary's is going to be pushed into a corner and taken out. The tank and Nips is gone. Zackerman is the one that's going to be alive to try to keep his team there, but it's not going to happen as he too is going to be the one that falls. Right now, Mango Shark in a fight with BTG and is going to be the one that, and BTG is going to be the one that falls. Somehow, although Quinnipiac had a lot of success during that fight, but it seemed like it was a good even fight to the point where Mount St. Mary's still in control at this point. That Torbjorn is going to be locking down this point. Milky Way goes in, and Zerial melts as he returns to the fight. No chance to even do anything there. And right now, this Kitsune online. He does, Mango Shark falls while using it, but doesn't matter. His team uses it successfully. Right now, Mount St. Mary's is being pushed to potential last fight territory if Quinnipiac keeps this in their control. But if they turn this over, we probably will get one more fight out of it.
The Torb is doing a good job stifling this Winston and Torb dive, shutting down the Blade last fight. I wonder what approach they're going to take to deal with this.
Winston immediately on the back, and there goes Brigitte. Daryl is going to be on the point trying to find some damage. Torb turret on the back, in the middle, is actually going to be denying some pressure from him. Milky Way was really looking to get onto Zerial immediately, but that turret is there. Right now, this Sojourn need to be looking for the kills, and right now, GSR in a fight with the Torbjorn. The Railgun almost brings him super low and almost takes him out, but it's not going to be enough. Zerial popping the ultimate to try to get this character that is Sojourn. She takes off to the moon, but Sammy with the turret is going to be the one that finds the kill at the end of the day. Quinnipiac is now in a dire situation. A lot of teammate members are staggering, and they need to feed into this point. And right now, it is looking kind of dire as the Molten Core does come out. Just pops over, but the whip shot does take him out. And right now, Mount St. Mary's is going to take point 1 of Oasis.
Let's go.
The first on Torb is just brutal for dive. That turret being up on the wall, not being able to clear for their Winston a touch. Their Genji getting tagged by the turret. Torb's turret perks are really, really fun. Either you can throw them, stick them up on a wall, or make that turret have those missiles that do those extra burst damage. Really is causing an issue for this dive and aggressive way that Quinnipiac is trying to play.
Or perks are going to be a menace to society here. And Milky Way electing to drop his perks for this map right now, as he is going to be swapping over to the Junker Queen. Don't know what perks he had for the Winton, but, you know, now we'll never know.
I mean, the Queen's a pretty solid choice here. Just their ultimate shutting down. There's no Kiri in the enemy team for cleanse. So, also that knife pulling down people from the high ground.
Zerial gets dropped down very low. Needs to hit that vape if he really wants to live real quick. And instead, he's electing to have his team get that ult charge. He's very dangerous with that 40 HP for quite some time. Bob Ross looking to do some damage up here. But he is going to get seen and immediately is going to get out of there. But the hook is going to bring him right back in. He goes out, but now he's going back to spawn. And right now, Milky Way in a bad position. Zerial getting another hook. Sojourn this time, but she's not going to die just yet. Don't know if that was like intentional. Felt like the kill was not the one shot he was looking for, but it does stagger for about an extra second. So that's going to be good. The hook comes out. Bob Ross is the target this time, but he does have to deflect to keep himself alive. So, not the perfect target to get.
And this is this turret I'm looking at here on point. This is a pain to break. And it moves immediately. Okay.
Oh, what the heck? That dive potential really is gonna get countered with that knife. An anti-nade onto Zerial is immediately gonna try to stop him from healing up, but he just backs away using the movement speed from the heal perk this time. Zerial opting in out to being a team player there, not healing his teammates, but keeping himself moving so he can get back to his team if he needs to. The nade from up top disengages Milky Way as he does need to back away. That purple keeps him out of the fight for a hot 2 seconds. But Sojourn comes in quicker than Milky Way is ready to go. He turns away for a second and watches his teammate as they die. Right now, Zerial is going to be ulting into this small little room, but it's not going to be finding anything just yet. Justitad is actually going to be one that opens this fight right now. Torbjorn on the floor, but that turret is up on the sky, looking to do some big damage. It's high noon. Actually, it's 7 p.m., 7:30 almost. Right now they're looking for the kill that is Milky Way. The draw is going to come out, and currently antied with no HP to sustain. The Nano comes through to secure any kill coming through from the side of BTG. He is brought dangerously low, but is not killed secured by the side of Quinnipiac. And right now Mount St. Mary's is still running this point in their favor. 75%. The Dragon Blade comes out, gets hooked and stopped for a hot second, but he still survives. He's still going. Zerial is taking a lot of shots. Going to survive for just some time, and it is going to stall the point. 85% and ticking. That turret doing some damage. right now, Milky Way looking for the kills, kill these supports, and then they can take this point easily. Right now, both of them are dead. But right, and also, Sammy really just slowing things down. 98% on the board. This is actually more dangerous. We saw this the other week with Ryder versus Iona, where like once that 98% goes, if there is no player from the side of Quinnipiac on the point, the game is practically over.
Where is Zerial going?
He's going on a quick adventure. He went off to the corner, got 200 HP, taken off his life, and then came back. He's really looking for these squishies. He does not care for anybody who's like, he knows where all 4 of them are, but if he can just find one squishy and like immediately finish this fight, it's not going to go in their favor. But right now, Milky Way got swept off point for a hot second, and the rest of his team is currently dead. Now he needs to come onto this point. Well, not the rest of his team, but most of his team was dead. But Bob Ross doing a good job at keeping himself alive and getting 2 kills right now. Milky Way versus Zerial in this building. And right now, Milky Way has the support of his team, but so does Zerial. Zerial is going to be finding Mango Shark, and Milky Way is going to be finding Sammy. So the fight is currently even. Mango Shark does have that mobility, though, to come back to the point immediately once he gets into TP range. Don't know what perk he took, because I know there's like a double TP perk nowadays. And Milky Way is going to be finding the better Zerial. But this isn't last fight yet for Mount St. Mary's, as they do have about 20 seconds left on the board just to regroup. But that's 10 seconds left before they all get together, because BTG did go down just recently, but he is going to be switching that Tracer to try to get onto that point real quick.
I am seeing a very scary potential Nano Blade coming up here for the side of Quinnipiac. And I think they're going for... Oh, well, Zerial falls here early.
Zerial almost falls, but it's not going to happen just yet, as he does get mid. Oh, but the Whole Hog is going to keep the Nano Blade off the point for a hot second, but he is going to be able to dash away and come back. 14 HP and a Dream. That Dream is going to be this point, but right now it's looking like Mount St. Mary's is playing their skills a lot better. Mango Shark is going to be the last survivor, but it doesn't matter. And as I said, 98% taken, and 2 seconds later, that's it. Map point goes to Mount St. Mary's.
That's my team. Not really, but that's my team.
That's who I picked.
You have picked.
I
No.
full picked. I never doubted them for a second.
I started with MS. I want Quinny to win, but I'm confident they're going to lose.
Big Mount fan right here. Can't believe this.
Life was the original, the OG Mount fan.
Yeah.
The OG fan. All right. This... Oh, transition this back. This is going to be a little interesting now, as I do believe the teams are going to be electing to not have perks going forward. Be interesting to do so. Does that deter, like, a Torbjorn pick for the future maps? Court, in your opinion?
I think we're gonna see something else come out. Probably not the Torb. I feel like Torb's perks are really good, and that's what makes him a really good pick. I mean, we've been seeing Torb into the Hazard, but we haven't really been seeing Torb into like a lot of other team compositions, like in this meta. So I doubt that they're gonna be playing just the Torb in like without any perks. That's my guess.
I am taking a quick look at the lobby info just to make sure that we are seeing perks are turned off. So thank God.
Let's make sure of that this time.
We gotta verify each time now. Perks are off. Are skins on? Come on. We want that. Everybody wants skins on.
Are golden weapons on? This is the real question.
That is the real question. Hybrid is going to be the game mode of choice. And I forget how map picks work. Because it seems like, does Quinny choose the mode, but like does Mount choose the map?
I think Mount bans a map.
I think I can get the exact thing up. So for map 2, losers pick. And then once they pick the mode, which is hybrid or escort, winners ban, and then losers pick again.
Okay. So now we wait to see what the actual map is. Everybody loves King's Row. It is currently hovering, but doesn't mean we're going to get it. But yeah,
Midtown.
I'm not so sure. Cork, how do you Midtown? What was your take on that gameplay? Because like I'm just not so sure. I don't know where like certain things went wrong for these teams. Not sure like how Quinnipiac can go at that better to get the better amount in this situation. Like it's just felt like as soon as
Well,
Sammy set up, it was just hard to break.
yeah, I mean that's the thing about the Torb. Like I feel like they didn't really clear turret. They need to set up their Sojourn to go clear that turret, right? But they were threatening Hog the entire time. Like, it was risky for Sojourn to take that off angle and try to kill the turret because of the Hog, and JQ and Genji struggled to push in on it, right? And I feel like that's where we really saw them stifled.
Is Torbjorn being a menace to society? But it's not just the Torbjorn, it is Zerial helping as best as it can. Just by existing, hog hooks are very dangerous. But another dangerous thing I like is typically the Junker Queen knives, but that only came out on the second map. Winston being on the first did not prove to be strong, especially with the anti-dive character that is Torbjorn. Just Quinnipiac was kind of countering themselves at the start. And
From Midtown, I'm a firm believer that Midtown is in fact not a mid map, but I'm a big fan of Midtown. I love to see it come out. How are we feeling about the map?
so we're gonna see Junker Queen from Zerial, is what you're saying at this point.
Mid is in the name. That's all I have to say.
But I was moving my camera around like I was on the correct scene for a second. Let me transition us in. Welcome to Midtown.
We picked Torb again. Oh, they both have a Torb.
They both have a Tor, but Milky Way hovering that Ramatra, where Zerial on the Zarya that we know, and will absolutely shred this Ramatra. He doesn't know it, and I don't like. I'm not good, but just a tad with those Discord orbs are gonna probably be dangerous for the side of Mount St. Mary's. Right now, Milky Way doesn't know it, but once again, he is countering himself as a tank. A little bit with the Zerial, but just the one character is not enough to beat a whole team on his back, so we will see how this holds up. We're also going to see BTG on an Ashe leading. So I wonder how that's going to hold up. We can see, even at the bottom left, that perks are off, so 100% can guarantee you perks are off. Zerial at this high energy already. I gotta respect high-level players because, like, they play their life kind of, like, they'll just take a lot of damage as Zerial just walks in and actually just melts just a tad. Right now, Milky Way has to do something in order to keep his team in this. Because one more pick for the side of Mount St. Mary's, and they're going to be going into the point for free. They're doing that kind of right now with no contest.
I'm expecting to see a recontest here from side of Quinny. They have the resources. They're waiting for their 5. They're going to be trying to touch here, I think. Oh, but they found it early. It's looking rough.
GSR is going to be finding, or BTG is going to be finding GSR, and immediately Quinny needs to back up from that.
Stop the payload.
So far, we've only seen like 2 kills this game, I believe, but there were fight-ending kills.
Point opener and fight ending. No contest. One was on, what's his face, Just a Tad, and the other one was on GSR. Kind of interesting to see. But, oh, Bob Ross actually finding BTG this time. Torbjorn pick. Not the turret getting the kill, but the Torbjorn gun himself. Right now, GSR finding...
We see Milky Way and GSR pincering the backline here. Trying to get the Zarya.
GSR tries to go up to find an advantage and try to take a good shot, but it doesn't matter as he is eventually going to fall because of it. Right now, Quinnipiac actually going to get Graviton surged up in this corner. Finds 2. The turret is going to find 1, and then the other one is going to get picked off. Right now, Quinnipiac, like right now, it just feels like Mount St. Mary's is playing this quite slow. They look for a kill and they just free push this entire lane. 1 kill is all that they kind of need, and Quinny is like on the run. Milky Way does need to pop the arms in order to survive. Brought down to 88 HP and then immediately brought back up with that burst of HP to keep himself alive. But now that the one target is singled out, that is going to be BTG, almost gone. I'm watching this for a while, but Sammy is going to be ulting here. Both Torbjorns are going to be ulting, but now just a tad with the ultimate to try to keep his team alive. They're going to be finding a turret, but what can it do? And right now, on the flank, Mount St. Mary's setting up with the Torb turret in the back line. Nobody could get through. But right now, this is quite an interesting situation. Zerial now beating down onto Just a Tad, picking up that kill once again. High charged and a dream. That nade. No chance of using that bubble to keep himself alive. GSR now on the hunt. Gonna get slept. Going to bed. It's only 7:30 right now, bro. Too early. And Milky Way is going to be finding the kill onto the Ana. And right now, Mount St. Mary's got a really free push for as far as they did. But right now, Quinnipiac has fought back, and now they're going to be holding this point until they can get broken once again.
One thing worth noting, GSR probably did not need to use that Sojourn to clean that fight up there with the tank, Brig, and the Torb already being down. Ooh. That is a crucial ult getting kind of used up really early there.
GSR finding the head of BTG with that railgun shot. Not having an ultimate online doesn't matter. He just shoots an enemy for for a little bit of rail charge and finally pops it into the head of a squishy. Tango Shark, I'm kind of interested to see how this nano is going to play out right now. Sleep is going to go out and not hit anything. But the Graviton Surge is going to be coming out, and it is going to be looking like the side of Quinnipiac is all going to get locked up. Sammy walking into the background and probably just right-clicking his mind out of his... Yeah, just right-clicking his mind out. Getting 3 kills with that real quick. Milky Way does get one on the retreat, that being the Brigida. And I'm pretty sure Quinny can still contest this point before it falls. But right now, Milky Way does need to get in there. He does have the ultimate online. He's going to be trying to do his best that he can in here. 800 HP in the dream. And he does get 1 kill. But he opens up the fight with a kill onto Zerial. But why does he pop the ultimate immediately? All of Mount St. Mary's is going to be backing up. But the Brig ult is going to keep his team alive. Nips trying to get back in there, actually. They find the kill. Bob Ross is on the bad end of Sammy. But right now, Brig leading in the charge immediately dies. You leave BTG to die right next to you. And right now, Quinny prevents the second point from being taken just yet. Ooh.
Well, the ultimates are looking pretty even. Quinnipiac's up 1 ult here, close to the Torb. I wonder if we're going to see the Torb ults to contest this point for like one last push.
Yeah, also worth noting, Milky Way already halfway to another ult after using it just like 20 seconds ago. So we could even potentially see another Ramaltra ult coming out here at the end of the fight.
Quark mentioning the Torbjorn ultimates to try to contest this final point, but the one burnt. It was burnt for the side of Mount St. Mary's to try to open something up, and at the end of the day, what it's going to do is send the rest of his team back to spawn. Zach Hammer is going to be sent back to spawn real quick at the last at 30 seconds. But they still have enough time to get one more push in. They don't really have an ult economy to do anything with it. Mount St. Mary's with that Ana ult online. Everybody else is at 40% or 50% or less. GSR and Bob Ross and Just a Tad. Mango Shark very close and Milky Way close to theirs. So everything for the side of Quinnipiac is going to go in their favor right now. They just need to... But the ultimate from Torbjorn is going to be slowing down this push. Put in this underground area, this little underpass right now, and all of Mount St. Mary's does need to go through it, otherwise they can't get to the point, leaving their tank to die. Zerial right now just a tad with the ultimate to keep his tank alive, who was antied and only was getting down to 200 HP. But right now, Mount can't do really anything except for die as overtime clock burns out. 2 supports left on the backline to try to do something, but all they do is hide in a corner and die. Getting almost basically 2 points for the side of Mount St. Mary's, but that is actually not that far in comparison to like what Quinnipiac can probably do. So we might be probably going to game 4, but it all depends on on Quinnipiac to actually fully push this point to just point 2.
I feel a full hold in my bones. It was a good defense from Quinny, but I believe in a better defense from Mount.
I think you're just Mount pilled. I think Quinny's got this. They had a real good showing. I
They
think they're gonna
did.
keep it up. Their Wi-Fi's holding up. Their comp's holding up. I believe.
Mango Shark's aunties are beautiful. They're so gorgeous. They blow my mind.
I saw a lineup on second points. Almost tried to cross map anti them. But I also feel like Mount might fold this. I just have a feeling.
Is it also deep in your bones?
Yes.
Mount opting out of the Brig, switching to the Juno for this fight.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Ugh. No major changes. Actually, May coming out for the side of Quinnipiac right now. Trying to catch out any target. Man, I have the hiccup suddenly. I do not like this.
I am surprised that
Ooh.
Zero.
That wall
Oh, no
is
kick change.
immediately going to get Zerial. Quinnipiac really wants to just catch out a target and just open up their fight, free push and everything.
Is that full hold leaving your bones life? Is that?
What happened was I jinxed Mount.
That full hold still deep in your bones?
It's still deep in my bones. I believe. I believe.
Out there, no touch. I had to break it to you.
In another world, another life.
Escort the payload.
I see a hazard.
Whoa.
I'm excited.
So we can see that Nips is taking up the top angle on the Juno as the wall comes out from Hazard. We see 10 cooldowns coming out, looking for a big slow here on the back line, but the Hazard engages. Sammy flying just
very
sad.
early. It looks like Milkwood's gonna get staggered here as well, and Bob Ross. That's not good. But they have a lot of time to play with, so it should be okay for them, I think. To just kind of let this one go and play the next one.
5 minutes still on the board for them, but that one fight, if nobody got caught out by the May wall, Quinnipiac was not in control for that entire fight, and Mount just hold it here.
We're seeing the Hazard swap, and of course in response to this Hazard swap, we're seeing a Torb come out. Oh, Hazard engages going on the Sojourn. The wall comes out. Hazard's looking low. They're pressuring the Hazard. May wall comes out trying to save them. The ult is coming out. It catches nobody. They are backing out of this fight. And Zero manages to stabilize. Oh, we can see GSR catching out Sammy on the Tracer. Zerial tries to bring this ult out, but the Trans comes out and he gets caught out. But the Nano is looking to save him here. We're seeing the Ram ult once again come out, and Zerial is caught out. Quinnipiac is trying to push in on this, and we can see the picks are coming out. And this second point is looking pretty good for the side of Quinnipiac.
Kind of interesting to see that the Bob Ross and BTG, Sammy was on the Torbjorn at first, but swapping the May and Torbs for both sides is kind of interesting. But one found success and the other one is trying their best right now, is the best way I could say it. Sammy dives up there and finds Mango Shark, and right now Quinnipiac's push is in shambles, as right now they just need to back out and return as a unit. Milky Way is going to be putting up the arms to give himself some more HP. Does Ram run faster when his arms are up?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so, yeah.
Giving himself that little speed boost to get out.
We can see the Torb is now playing into the Zarya here, which is going to be a little bit more difficult of a matchup.
Yeah, I wonder if they're wishing they'd see it on that May. Because the May against Zarya, that wall won on the first point. But
now,
I wonder if after this fight we see the Torball, we might see a switch back to the May from the side of Quinny.
Juno ult
We
is
can
going
see
to
the
come
Ray
out.
coming
I
up.
was going to say Juno ult is going to come out and to counter this GSR ultimate, but he is going to be brought really low with that May ultimate, trying to zone him, and ultimately he gets sent out. Bob Ross is the only one on point. Probably going to get staggered. Not even on point, but just trying to do some damage up here at the top high ground. Gonna get hardcore staggered. Just a happy little accident, as Bob Ross would once say. But he's not gonna get anywhere except for his team spawn. He's gonna be behind by about like 10 seconds.
A swap comes through. Off the torp onto
Oh,
the
the Tracer.
Tracer.
One May Icicle and he is gone. Just saying.
They might be looking to force
One-
cards here.
Well placed, Icicle.
Oh, but Bob Ross is slowly, quietly pushing this payload.
But Zerial diving the back line.
Oh, but as the May drops down to try to contest, Zerial is going to be going into the back line. But right now, Bob Ross is left alone to his own devices. A trade coming out from the side of these teams. Sammy getting just a tad, not where near his ultimate, so not major crazy right now. Milky Way does put up the shield to try to keep himself alive, but it doesn't matter. BTG gets the shot in before it happens. And right now, 1 minute and 33 seconds. 1 minute and 30 seconds really remain on the board. Quinnipiac to push this point. It might have not been a full hold, but Mount St. Mary's is looking to hold this point.
Yeah,
We might be seeing the nano grab come out this next fight. My expectation.
Mango Shark is going to nano a Bob Ross. And he is going to get two real quick and open up the fight for Quinnipiac.
It's gonna be a nano zen. Trust.
Nano Zen.
Trust.
I don't know about that.
You don't understand.
I don't. No, you're right. You got me there.
Daryl looking to do something. He is up here alone, gonna get that grab, but he has no immediate follow-up. What he is gonna doesn't matter. He doesn't need the immediate follow-up. He has himself. Actually, both supports get credit on the assist board, and he finds 3. Milky Way only finds 1, but Bob Ross is gonna be finding the other right now. Milky Way trying to do his best, arms up in a dream, but that dream is not gonna be anywhere near right now. Currently, Bob Ross on the retreat. Needs to find a pick if he really wants to do something with it.
And crucially there, just had dying 1% away from the trance in that grab could have been huge to save them that fight.
But it is going to be last fight syndrome most likely. Ooh, the ball is going to be making his appearance. Oh, the icicle, the well-placed icicle. But I don't think anybody could get to the point in time. He died at 4 seconds with enough time to deny this. BTG with the shot to end the game. Bob Ross was not ready for it. And Milky Way is actually going to play the game. But Mount St. Mary's hold from even remotely getting near point 2. And they are going to take map 2.
Yeah, I think at some point the Rams just needed to have a swap, and they never really figured out what the call was, and that just kind of they just fell behind in pacing and ult economy, and they didn't have any openings to do anything.
Well, unfortunately, I will have to be heading out as of right now.
No.
I can't believe this.
Who's gonna
Okay,
approve
okay.
all of our Junker Queen gameplay?
Yeah.
How are we gonna know what Queen things are good?
That is true. I'll try to stick around for one more map. I'll see what I can do. I might have to leave in the middle of next map.
We'll see. It might only be one more map here if Mount can keep this streak going.
Yeah, but sadly, as we all, and by you guys mostly are, not me, I am simply a caster, streamer, and an anime guy for some reason.
I am Chad.
You all play this game at a collegiate level, and Cork has a scrim to go to. He is he is not going to be learning from these teams we are watching right now. Instead, he is going to be practicing with his team. A wild concept, I know. Not just kidding.
Wait, you guys practice with your teams? What?
What's that?
We don't do that here at Niagara.
We don't do that. Sienna, let's go.
We play comp for an hour before our match, and then we go in and see what happens.
That sounds like fun.
Sound just like
It's
Sienna.
interesting.
Hmm.
I believe Niagara has the highest. We're the team with the highest placement that has a controller player on our team.
You guys have a controller player?
It's a diversity quota. Our controller player.
It's a
That would be Dominator or Junkrat on controller every match.
Dom is a controller player?
Yeah, and you know what? I think that's pretty cool. Unrelated to the current match.
Ain't no way.
Part of
You don't believe me?
I'm not gonna lie. and I don't mean this as hate, and I can't tell. Part of me feels like Sammy is a controller player. I can't tell. Some of his movement when I was watching him on Torb on the first map felt very left stick, right stick. I can't tell though.
I mean, Torb does kind of feel like one of those staple, like you can kind of controller player them and be fine characters.
Not saying it's bad. I was just saying I felt like he was a controller player. It might be flaming him by accident. I mean, no flame.
I'm actually making fun of a Torb, which I mean he is playing Torb. Like at the end of the day, that's their choice to play Torb. And is Torb meta right now? I don't know. I haven't looked at a lot of the meta, but I feel like Torb is some of the best perks, arguably in the game, along up there with Ana and Ramatra.
It feels like he has been getting played a lot.
Yeah, I mean the first round with perks, Torb was all over the place on both teams. This game, Torb was once again on both teams all over the place. So I'm wondering if it's just kind of a because Hazard is so good right now. If the anti-dive and characters that can't be one-tap comboed is a big choice, or if that's more of just a team choice.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they went to Torb for the Hazard there because Torb offers a lot of survivability to Hazard. He does a lot of damage. He doesn't get like one shot by the Hazard. So I feel like it's a really strong pick into the Hazard.
You should stop promoting Hazard counters. I think you should just let them. Don't tell Liv how to beat Hazard.
What do you think? What do
Tell
you What do you think
me.
Ryder is going to be practicing tonight in their scrim? You aren't ready for it. It's all hazard counters.
I heard.
Tune in.
I'm not excited about it.
Tune in tomorrow when we get to watch Ryder versus Niagara counter all hazard.
What time
Hey.
tomorrow?
You never know.
I think 9:15. Is it?
9:15.
Yeah, it's 9:15. We're playing against Maris at 8:30. So what we've decided is that we're going to get 3-0 by Maris immediately. That's
Have
what
faith
it
in
appears
yourself.
is going to be happening. No, I
Have
believe.
You
but
gotta believe.
the schedulers do not. Court did not go at any time in
Well-
between matches.
On tomorrow, you can catch at 9:15 on RNG_Ranger Twitch.tv
Why has it got to be so late, man?
stream.
I
And
like
you can
to
watch
see-
Niagara crush Ryder's spirits and hopes and dreams.
Ooh.
We'll see. We'll see. It should be a good match.
What did you say,
Ooh.
Court? Sorry.
So we'll see how it goes. I hope it's a good match.
I hope it's a good match too. I am very interested to see how it's going to go. I'm kind of scared. I'm not gonna lie.
You should be. We have it cooking.
We're cooking a little bit. We're like if you guys are making a gourmet 5-course meal, we're making toast.
Okay.
Like the kitchen's open, but it's not being used that much. I'm gonna keep it real.
The kitchen.
I was so scared you were gonna say toast and beans.
Mm-mm.
No, I'm not British. Okay,
Oh, thank God.
I'm
Not,
American.
not that Not that British. Anyway, New Queen Street, one of the few maps that we typically see often, not gonna lie. But we've seen a lot of like reversals or upsets happen on this map. So I have a lot of faith to see something happen. Quinnipiac with the speed is already going to get to this high ground. Last time we were here, we saw Court go off the map, but that's a different story.
I think we could see it again. Not Court, obviously, but I think a stray jump from Milky Way could spell disaster here.
Just send him off the point and followed up by a hazard just chasing him down and then booping him off. It's absolutely possible. And speaking of hazard, jumping close to the edge, finding Mango Shark immediately. Zerial is also going to be finding GSR in the process. And nobody is going to be surviving on the side of Quinnipiac. As they are just going to back up immediately. And I think the bot is going to be in control of Mount St. Mary's for a little bit. For free. Ooh, Zerial finding just a tattoo right now. Zerial is just finding the targets he needs, just going in. Every time he has gotten a kill, it's been with that basic dash. Easy one-tap combo, I guess. I don't know it, Event. You know it.
Yeah, you jump, shoot, slash. Optional, throw the rock behind them while you're jumping. If you think that you needed to get the kill. But I usually save rock for escape.
Speaking of jumping, we see Milky Way jump up to that high ground, try to do something, get slept and antied and blown up. So now,
More hazard. Let's go.
so right now, Mount St. Mary's looking to finish this game out really quickly. We have seen this map go in about 3 minutes before. So at the rate this is going, Cork might have to leave during the ending, but he will not leave before the map ends. Potentially.
Yep. They can keep this going.
So right now, Milky Way is going to be seeing your hazard and raising you a hazard. But which one is going to be the better one right now? It seems like Zerial jumped in without a team on his back. And Just Head is going to get the better of him right now. So right now, Quinnipiac is going to be delaying this game just a little longer, so Cork might have to leave us. Is that true, Cork?
Possibly. Not just yet.
Zerial does have his ultimate online and ready to go. He's going to be trying to find one, maybe two. He does see a good lineup for 3, but the team can disengage immediately. So he holds it for now. Ooh, going to be jumping in. Looking for the Sojourn, but that... Who is it? BTG almost gets to pick the cleanup, but instead he has to dash out of there, and Sammy is going to be the one that finds it. Kitsune is going to be coming out for the side of Mount St. Mary's. I don't know. I'm not quite sure if they really needed it there, but it does help just a little bit. Right now, Hazard on the wrong side of town. That Hazard is actually going to be Milky Way. Going to be looking dash. Ooh, somebody almost goes off the map. But instead, Milky Way returning to spawn.
I was very scared of those supports going flying there.
BTG was just pushing the payload in the meantime, but he kind of can't stay up here alone as the side of Quinnipiac does respawn. So he needs to back off immediately, so no real progress was taken at this point in time. But Kitsune is going to be coming out from the side of Quinnipiac, and so is the Hazard ultimate. Downpour is only going to be locking up another one, but Sammy is going to be raising that ultimate, going into the backline and getting 2. But Just a Tad is going to be avenging his fellow supports in DPS, getting that kill. But right now, all of Quinnipiac is currently, well, not all. Everybody has fallen towards this endpoint as the others respawn. And right now, Mount St. Mary's still looking to finish this point off without giving Quinny like any progress. 0.89 meters compared to 89 meters. They're getting 10 times right now, if not more. And counting. Bob Russ does get the kill on Zerial, and right now Nips and Sammy are going to be trying to do their best that they can. The BTG is going to be back here. Going to be throwing out this bomb. I don't think he quite needed to use it. He was the only one left, unless he plans on switching. I feel like, oh, but we are seeing Zerial swap, so high likelihood that BTG is going to be swapping, and there it is, actually. Didn't need to use
And there's the anti-hazard.
There's the anti-hazard.
5 out of 5 anti-hazard characters.
Is Break really an anti-hazard character?
I mean anti-dive. Plus you can boop him away.
Fair enough. But Zerial has the big gun, but he is going to be taken down HP-wise. Has to run away. This ends now. GSR going to be looking to push the payload just a little bit. He can't end the map with only 5 meters on the board. He does go in, jump in, doesn't get any kills, but Sammy finds 2. Right
It
now.
was Sammy's turret. Turret found 1.
Oh. My bad.
Put respect on the turret.
Respect the turret.
Okay, everybody, I'm gonna go in now. Good luck with the
No!
rest of your game.
Come back in your screen.
And this is where
Thank you for your
Well,
insight,
yeah.
Cork.
and this is where Quinny runs it all the way back, where Cork isn't new.
Hey, you never know. Maybe Cork was a bad luck charm. We'll have to see.
I'm never bringing him back on the stream when Quinny asks me to stream. A message to Just a Tad. I'll never bring him back.
I promise.
Right now, Downpour is going to be coming out, but nothing. Actually, a turret, and I think a Torbjorn gets locked down, but nobody is there to get the follow. Oh, every ult is in the sun is going to be popped right now. High Noon is going to be coming out for the side, or from BTG, but everybody disengages immediately. The beat also from Just a Tad does come out to keep everyone alive, so nobody is going to die, except Nips is going to be going rally to me, and I do believe Zerial tried to go around the corner with that charge, but he gets stuck on the wall for a hot second. Wasn't ready for Nips to call the charge. And instead, Milky Way is actually going to be brought really low. That cage comes out and catches nobody. But Sammy is gonna get the better of Bob Ross with that ultimate, and right now Zerial has 50 HP and a Dream has to back up. Just a Tad is hunting, but Mount St. Mary's is actually in control right now. Ooh. GSR almost gets spot out, but Just a Tad actually gets a kill on the backline. The support, Zach Hammer, is actually gonna get pushed down and eventually killed, so they cannot regroup with their team. The spawn camp is real. Now, the true Malga counter, Malga, has appeared.
I hate this character so much.
I was so excited to watch Hazard Mirror, and then Zerial swapped to Mauga, which meant Milky Way had to swap to Mauga. And now we're back at Nobody Dies Simulator.
Every time I see Malga v Malga, I just think of that one video where it's the two Malgas just shooting each other in the head, and then it's the Metal Gear it's the Metal Gear like Revengeance or whatever game that is, like song, where they're just punching each other, or where he's just punching Armstrong. It's the funniest stuff ever. However, right now, there it is. Here it is. Look at it. They're just doing it. Standing here.
This is Overwatch, folks. Two Maugas taking no damage, shooting at each other.
He's shooting each other, and Just a Tad actually. Quinnipiac is going to be getting the better of Mount St. Mary's right now with that entire situation.
Oh.
Everyone for the side of Mount is going to fall, and almost nobody for the side of Quinny. So right now, Quinny is in control. They only have 2 minutes left on this clock to run it back another 100 meters or so.
Yeah, Quinny's a long way to go if they want to get this reverse victory here. And against a Mauga, it's gonna be a hard one. But Zarya's a good start, and Zerial is very comfortable on those characters we've seen the last few maps. So we'll see if it's enough here.
They also swapped off the Reaper to Hanzo.
Oh, Hanzo.
I think these are the swaps that is going to carry them to the victory in this point, because that Hanzo is just going to be shredding Milky Way, and now that B is going to come out to keep him alive, and right now they need to go in and try to get the kill. Zerial is just running for free in that point. He is not going to be going down just yet, as GSR is going to be the one to fall, and now Milky Way is only there. The only one left was Bob Ross's turret, but like, what was that going to do other than die?
It was just placed to die. How sad.
And this is Counterwatch as we see the Ramatra swap off of the Mauga.
Oh no.
Oh, and now
We'll see if it'll
now
work.
Bob Ross is on the Reaper. What is this? This circular,
Get some
this circular picks. Oh, but BTG is actually gonna get the better. One arrow to the head.
immediately does not pay off with that Reaper swap.
The Torb is in the back line.
Torbs are doing an amazing job at just being a menace to society. Being in the back line, puts the turret down, does free damage. You cannot dodge the turret unless you're behind the wall. And right now, Sammy is dancing with Just a Tad and Mango Shark. The man is skilled, and he is getting the 2 kills. And right now, no supports for the side of Quinnipiac, and right now Milky Way is going to be pushed back. I'm not going to lie, I felt like Mount St. Mary should have just locked down the point and kept it away from this spawn, but they're just going to run it down for the last meters.
I think Milky Way Diamond might be doing it.
Overtime burns down, but it doesn't. It's not what ends the point. It's the fact that Mount St. Mary's take it all the way in the last 7 seconds, and they win this entire series.
That is a 3-0 win. But there were times where that I don't think push was very close. But I think Midtown and Oasis were very good showings from Quinny, despite the 3-0 scorecard. I think this definitely could have gone either way. But at the end of the day, that's giving me no hope for facing Mount as Niagara.
Listen.
Believe in yourself.
You guys are different. You aren't. You just gotta remember that you can go at it differently each time. I mean, you guys have Maris tomorrow.
No, we're gonna beat Maris, trust me.
Yeah, I trust.
We got this.
So I'm gonna be streaming
It's
it right now. Just kidding.
guys, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be a-okay. I'm definitely not watching my president shake his head at me right now. It's gonna be fine. We're not cooked. It's so fine.
We are not cooked. But anyway,
The important thing is the rider match.
that's the important thing. But anyway, looking back at these games, like we said, it was interesting. It was good showing from Quinnipiac. I wouldn't say that they really did anything bad. I'm struggling to pick out like truly what it is that they could have done to truly counter Mount St. Mary's. I do feel like the Torbjorns were running a menace, but I think that also comes up to like good Torb turret placement, where like as Court commented, like you set up the Sojourn to counter the Torb, but guess what? If the Torb doesn't give you that opportunity to counter you, like what can you do? So not a bad showing from Quinnipiac overall. I think they'll have a bigger insight onto like what they needed to do to get the better Mount St. Mary's after watching back this game and whatnot. But yeah, I have no comment on it. You guys did great. Even with the 3-0, with the way these games were going, I felt like we could have saw maybe a 3-1 at least, but that didn't happen. That full hold on, not that full hold, but that hold on Midtown was pretty good. So congratulations, Mount St. Mary's. Good job at that. Your Torb is a menace to society. The FBI is after him. I'm calling it in. Don't worry. Don't worry, Quinny. I got you. But yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Queen definitely could have won Oasis. I think that was closer than it seemed. But I think Zerial just his tank choices were on top of it today.
How about you, Life? Any ideas on how you feel about it?
One, I love the support line from Quinny. They're insane. I love their anties. They're amazing. But for Mount, Zerial is insane, and so is Sammy. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Sammy was constantly like just in the back line bothering everyone that he could bother. And it was just really working out for them. Like towards the end, I'm like, oh, why is there a Torb in the back? And then next thing you know, everyone turns around to go like kill the Torb. And then Zerial is speed in by Nips. And then they just all die. I'm like, this is peak, you know?
I did acknowledge the fact that the Torb was in there. Like on 3 different occasions. I'm like, why is there a Torb? Like on Midtown. Like Quinny's trying to hold second point, which they do. Officially they did. But at one point, in the spawn, essentially, there's a Torbjorn. It was kind of interesting. And it worked out for Mount St. Mary's. But yeah. So, not much I can assess of these teams. Just good plays overall. Sammy being a menace. I like the diversity of these teams' hero pools. They weren't just like run one champion and one hero and call it a day. Corked on Queen.
The dude left. You don't have to shade him now.
He could watch this back. I shade him in his face too. It's okay. But yeah, with that said, I think we're gonna have to call it for the most part, unless you two have anything to say. Yes.
Can we do MVPs?
Yes. I always get to that.
I was worried.
I wasn't worried. If I want any comments, and then we give MVPs as the last bit. But yeah,
I'm just excited for MVPs.
All right, let's just start with MVPs. Event from left to right. Technically, it goes event life me.
I think mine is pretty cut and dry. I think Zerial, every swap he made seemed to pay off. And I think it might not mind, it's just, I think Zerial gets that MVP. The Zarya works, the Hog on map 1, I did not believe at all, I'll admit, but it worked really nicely. And I just think that, yeah, Zerial all the way.
And what about for Quinny? We give one to each team.
For Quinny? I don't know. I think, was it Sammy for Quinny, or was that MS?
That was MSU. And the DPS is Bob Ross,
right.
and
there's a lot of Torbjorn going on. It was very confusing.
The DPS is Bob Ross and GSR for Quinny.
GSR, that was the one. Some big Sojolts and the Torbjorn. Torbjorn was a surprise. I never thought I would say this, but Torbjorn was like a massive impact on these games. I think either Torbjorn. I think Sammy has to be my MVP. Sammy or Zerial from MSU, but I think the DPS. All the Torbjorns were big this game. I don't know.
All right, and how about you, Life?
Well, I'm kind of stuck for Mount, but first, for Quinny, is Mango Shark. I love you, Mango Shark. Next time you see me in a comp game, please throw. I need
Please throw.
I need to rank up, please. I beg. But for Mount, for Mount is between Zerial and Sammy for me. I always give it to Zerial, but I kind of really enjoyed Sammy's tour a little too much. So I think
I'm
I'm gonna
saying.
give it was amazing. It was like the greatest thing to ever witness. So I think
It was
it's gonna
uncomfortably amazing, which is the best kind.
so yeah, I think I'm gonna give it to Sammy.
And that is fair, and that's fair. I don't think I can give it to like one specific player of Quinnipiac, mainly because, like I said, there was a good amount of diversity, a lot of switches coming in from them, good attempts, no matter what composition they had. They did make certain things work, but Mount St. Mary's did run them over at certain points in time. Both these teams did an amazing job at keeping their compositions different. So overall, I give it to like technically the teams, but specifically I want to give Sammy because that Torb was a menace. I can't deny that. The Torb just ran everything. It didn't know. I didn't know who he would counter. That Sojourn took to the sky, and that turret said, "Let me get one shot in there real quick," and took her out. And then like denying any pushes. So yeah, no hate to Quinny. Overall, your team gets it for like doing as good as they did, but Mount did better. Sammy's menace to society. Yeah, that's how that's how my MVPs are gone. Everybody gets a participation trophy.
Nah.
What you want me to say? I don't know.
I don't know.
I give it to Just a Tad for inviting me here. I wouldn't be here without him.
There you go. Let's go, just a tad. We love to see it.
We love to see it. But yeah, congratulations once again. Mount St. Mary's is going to win this series entirely. 3-0. We never talked about, real quick, we never talked about how like these are like the top three, number 2 and number 3 teams. So like in the top 3, it's very like cutthroat right now. I'm pretty sure Quinny got the better of Maris last time I saw.
Ooh.
So that's the one loss that Maris does have, is against Quinny. This was gonna be a very close game because this would have tied Mounts and Quinny's record, but since Quinny would be the one that had won, if that tie does come through, Quinny would take second place by default in the tie. So that would have been interesting, but Mount St. Mary's maintained their second place position over Quinny for now, because it doesn't really matter where you end in the regular season. It matters how you finish it all out. So Quinnipiac is going to be looking to make a great playoff run. Right now, they see that that they definitely can take on Maris, but their biggest issue is Mount in this moment. So they're going to be working hard to do that. So I am interested to see how Quinny develops moving into playoff season. So yeah, good luck to that. Other than that, I got nothing else to say other than I will see anybody who is going to be rejoining this stream tomorrow. Sadly, Mr. Event the Real Chazard will not be joining us because he will be
I will
the
be
one
playing,
playing.
unfortunately.
But yeah, so I think that's going to do it for us here at the cast for now. I guess that's it. Everybody say goodbye.
All right, goodbye. Thank you for having me.
Of course, goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we're good.